chop him down like karate. I see none of you here can stop me. It's obvious, you too sloppy, cheap copy. I'm Rocky, leave his eyes all glossy, but in the end, I touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Whenever I touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Whenever I touchdown, touchdown.
Tonight, from Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, it's a special Friday edition of the NFL on EA Sports.
It's a rematch of the 2004 Super Bowl. The Pats and Panthers are... No run back here on the opening kickoff as we'll start at the 25. Well, we get a first look at this Patriots offense and, of course, leading them for his second season. Last year's Rookie of the Year runner-up out of Alabama, Mac Jones.
I think we'll all remember 2021 as a banner quarterback draft, and we saw 5 taken in the first round. It was actually the 5th of those 5, Mac Jones, who's the runner-up in the Rookie of the Year voting with the 5th most yards by a rookie in league history. The Patriots, they have to be dancing in the streets with the idea that this guy is going to be their quarterback for about the next 10 years.
That's to about the 28. Second down coming up.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Now he dumps this off over the middle, and he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
We often talk about understanding the playbook, understanding progressions, and understanding what the defense is doing. We saw all of that on that play. Great recognition and understood where his running back was going to be. Found a way to have him leak out underneath, hit him with the football, and they picked up the first down.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep, and he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Well, as a wideout, when you take that handoff and you're coming around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not...
Well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw on that play with a loss.
Mike 7.
On 2nd and 11 now. Jones, the connection here with Nelson Aguilar. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 14 yards is the pickup there and a New England first down.
Watch the screen, watch the screen, watch the screen, watch the screen, watch the screen.
Now Jones. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in.
Montgomery hit, and the ball is loose. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. So now our referee looking at the sideline saying, are you sure? But yes, this defense has accepted the penalty. So that means they will not take possession on the fumble recovery. Well, not sure why in the world you do that, but that is apparently the decision. And now it's 1st and 10, a big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Now off the bootleg, Darnold rolling to his left. Floating one, incomplete.
So now here in the 2nd week of the preseason, you'd expect the starters play a little bit more than they did in week 1, but not a whole lot.
So if you're an offensive coordinator, what are you looking for?
What you're looking for is things getting cleaned up as you go along, because most of your playbook's probably installed. How well are they handling it? Easy in and out of the huddle, no mental mistakes? Are they starting to look like a good offensive football team?
Touchdown, Panthers. Tommy Trimble. 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Panthers use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. So they get their tight end away from the line to the outside, and he works his way in for 6.
Tight ends are not just blockers anymore. I don't know how many more times we need examples, but here's a great one. gets to the outside. They give him the ball pretty quickly, and they trust him to get those extra yards. And boy, did he come through, bowling his way into the end zone after the nice catch.
Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. So back onto the field come the Pats for their second drive. They had the fumble on the last drive, wound up leading to the opening touchdown. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10. Throwing Jones. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. Matt Ioannidis forced his way through, drops him for a loss of 10 yards.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Another try after the first down sack. Jones got a man open. That's Devontae Parker, complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And he is going to. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. So following the fumble recovery, here's Darnold. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. 23 yards on the play.
Well, it's almost as if they didn't leave the field after their first drive. They picked right up where they left off. Another good throw there. And this offense, humming here in the early going.
And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. Ian Thomas, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Panthers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And it's now 14-0. The long touchdown pass gets them 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive then. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. And now out come the Patriots. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. On second down, it's Stevenson. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Now Jones off the bootleg. And that will be incomplete.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
This is fielded at the 7. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Panthers will have a 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. Darnold and the Panthers now with a 1st and 10 here at their own 15. A nice looking play to start the drive down the middle and complete. The 30. 10, 5, touchdown, Carolina. Tommy Trimble 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Panthers have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Pinheiro now to add the extra point. It's good, and before you know it, it's 21-0. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The Patriots ready to get the football back. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
Now a dump off, and he loses the football a second time. And the Panthers have recovered.
No coach or team's ever happy when someone has a turnover, but if there's ever a good time to do it,
preseason.
Yeah, right now. You know that come regular season, he's going to be ready to go, and maybe he'll remember, yeah, I don't want to do this when it comes time for the games to count.
Touchdown! Tommy Trimble doing it again with his 3rd touchdown here in the opening quarter as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Pinheiro now to add the extra point. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. Well, the offense wasn't out there for a long time, but they were out there for a good time. One play, and they're able to hit pay dirt. So this not what we expected. 28-0 here in the first as another kickoff is away. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. And the Patriots gearing up to go now. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. Here's a good way to kick off a drive, complete over the middle. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Jones. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on first down to set him back on second. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. Meanwhile, Jones' throw into the hands of Henry here. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Looking to throw. Jones. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Offensively lucky they're able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. And
he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Carolina. Mark that down as a punt return of 78 yards. And the Panthers continue to pull away here in this first half.
Hey, rookie, that's the way to make an impression. Return one for a touchdown.
Yeah, welcome to the party. We saw him fielding those punts before the game, and he just had a little bit of a look in his eye, didn't he?
He did. He was a confident young man, and now we know why.
Pinheiro's extra point up and good. And that makes this 35-0 now. So after surrendering the punt return for a score, let's see what they... And And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave them trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Back to throw. Jones. And he loses the football a second time. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
You know, if this is the regular season, partner, we'd be talking about just how costly a mistake that was, but probably good for him to get it out of his system right now.
Just hope for him and the team it's not a sign of things to come.
Yeah, without a doubt. Plus, you got to worry about making the team. Those types of errors don't help you.
And that nearly trouble, but it's incomplete. The rookie had it and lost it, and it'll be second down. Now he's going to let it go deep left side. He's got it for a Panther touchdown. Tommy Trimble on his way to a historic performance, 4 first-half touchdowns. And the Panthers have taken a 6-touchdown lead.
Okay, we need to double-check here with Marvin because he keeps all of our good stats. But what I've got is 5 drives, 5 touchdowns, and they've got a nice, healthy lead.
Well, after the first drive, we thought things might be clicking. They're really clicking at this point. They're clicking about as much as they can click.
And right
I just said click a lot.
Yes, you did, but that's okay because the guy who's coordinating the defense, trying to slow them down.
Good luck.
He's going to have hair that looks like mine very soon. Not much of it.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. Ty Montgomery and the offense getting set for their next drive. You can count his carries on one finger. They've only given him the rock one time, Charles. What gives?
So we can't draw any conclusions just yet. He had to touch the ball multiple times.
And Henry's hit. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And he takes it into the end zone. It's a fumble recovery and a touchdown for the Panthers. Well, Charles, I mean, things just seem to be getting worse and worse for one sideline, or flip it over after that fumble return for a touchdown. Better and better on the opposite end. What an impressive first-half performance.
And, partner, I know the saying in the NFL goes that no lead is safe, but I will say that this one seems pretty secure. And if we continue to see plays like that, I'm going to switch back and say this lead is safe.
And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily when you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y.
And oh my goodness, he loses it again.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. And the punter Bailey on now as he sends this one away. This will be fielded at the 17. 51 yards on the punt there. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. The possession of the football goes over to Carolina. Play action. It's Darnold. Now he'll throw deep left side. And that's caught inside the 30. And they'll work this down inside the 30. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. Off of play action, Darnold steps away. He's going to go up top for the end zone. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet. Matt Rule not a big fan of that last call, and he's going to go ahead and challenge it. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So not successful there on the challenge, and he'll have to be careful from here on out because he'll only have one challenge remaining. He's going to take a shot for the end zone, and he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. Tommy Tremble, 29 yards. And the Panthers have got it on cruise control. Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And the route is on here in this first half. A drive there of just 4 plays. And the end result, a Panthers touchdown. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. So the Patriots coming out now. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a first down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see. Straight ahead at Stevenson, and he'll get 2 or 3 out of that one, as that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. This is taken around the 12. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And it will be the Panthers' ball, 1st and 10. They'll fake the handoff. Now Darnold on the move to his left. He completes it to Beckham. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 23 yards, the final tally. Faking the give. Darnold out to his left. Now he's going to let it go deep left side. Touchdown, Panthers. Tommy Tremble, 46 yards. And the Panthers just continue to roll. And that, boys and girls, is an NFL record 6th touchdown reception. The record has stood since 1950. What a game.
How about that? Because so many things have to go right in order for it to happen. Not just him catching the passes, someone delivering it accurately, offensive line giving him time to throw the ball. A true team record, but he stands above it because he was on the receiving end of so many great plays.
And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee. 25. New England's offense, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of storm. And the ball is out. Jones got hit and lost it. But I think the Patriots are going to hang on to the football. They do. They get it back. Second time in this game, Charles, the ball has squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on it.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, we often talk.
And oh, my goodness, he loses it again. And it won't count for 6. He's brought down, but inside the 5. 1st and goal at the 4-yard line. Man, that's a 3rd fumble for him now in this ball game. And you know the old saying, CD, once is a fluke. And he takes it into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown. Kareem Hunt taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Panthers will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
Pinheiro now to add the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half. Well, they got the ball in great field position. 1 play later, boom, end zone. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. The Patriots with the football here late in this first half. And with the score where it is, even though I think they'd love to get back to the locker room, they may be forced to try and get something out of this drive. Oh, the corner gets a hand on it, but he still makes the play. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. To throw again on 2nd down, Jones. As we thought they might do here in week 2 of the preseason, they've left their starting quarterback out there for this 2nd quarter, but I would imagine we will not see him after halftime.
Yeah, this is the time of year you've got to get your backup some reps and make sure you protect your starting quarterback.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Fielded at the 20. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively offensive. And that is caught at the 10-yard line. A big play there just before halftime. 52 yards. So we come upon halftime. A look around the NFL. We'll have to wait for postgame because we are moving right through halftime and on to the 3rd quarter. Expect to see a good number of backups going forward as we are back and underway here in preseason week 2. This will be fielded inside the 5. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
Here we go. 60 Eagles. 60 Eagles.
And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. Now he'll throw deep left side. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. So they take a decent shot, CD, and the flag comes out for pass interference.
Yeah, a little DPI, as they like to call it in the business, right? And the farther you get downfield, the more frenetic things get, and the more calm and control you have to remain as a defender. That was a little bit of a slip there, and the penalty will go against him.
He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down. Foreman is in. Touchdown, Carolina. Boy, another score. This lead gets even bigger. And, Charles, we haven't even hit the 4th quarter yet.
Well, forget the deficit, right? They're really not going to cut into that a heck of a lot. But how can they get out of here with some dignity? Can they get a stop or two? Can they make a play on offense themselves? Anything to start to feel better about what's happened to them here in this one.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The Pats at the line, ready to go.
Get that quarterback, D-line. Get that quarterback, D-line. D-line, get that.
Here's the rookie fourth-round pick, Pierre Strong.
And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage.
Corey Littleton there on the tackle. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Second down, here's Strong once more.
Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
He had to fight for every yard on that run, shook himself free of a tackle, and kept fighting, even with the rest of the defense closing in on him. That's the kind of effort you'll take every single time.
And this is going to be incomplete.
But they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points.
Here now, Roberts. A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can.
And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. Touchdown, Carolina. Stephon Sullivan, 78 yards. And the Panthers are pouring it on. Pinheiro now to add the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Those are the kind of drives they like on offense, from the coordinator to the quarterback, the line, everybody. One play drive and into the end zone for 6. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Oh, a mistake there. The kickoff out of bounds. Well, you don't see that often. He just mishit it, and it goes out of bounds.
Well, I know sitting up here, and I'm looking at you, and you're looking at me, and I know we're both thinking the same thing. Isn't it easy enough to keep it between the sidelines? Because unless you're intentionally doing it for some reason, but that's a costly mishit, and now you put your team in a bad spot.
Zappi's throw there taken in by Smith.
So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their...
Strong loses it on the hit, and it's picked up by the Panthers. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. All fumbles are costly, but that one really hurts because he had the first down.
Yeah, that's all he needed, right? But the problem is we coach these guys to try and get more, but that doesn't count if you don't bring the ball with you, does it?
The Carolina offense about ready to go. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Well, familiar refrain. A turnover leads to a touchdown, and that lead grows even wider now here in this 3rd quarter.
Yeah, partner, I'd say there are a lot of grins breaking out on that sideline because, let's face it, They came in thinking they were in for a real fight in this game, but this one's been about as one-sided as we've seen in a while. In addition, if you're a backup, time to start stretching and loosening up. You may get some playing time in this one.
Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. Fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. New England trying to get a place on offense. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this.
Oh, it springs free. Montgomery loses it. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. And a little careless there, Charles, on that carry.
And it's not just having two hands on the ball. It's tucking it away. It's using your body to keep people shielded off. It's so many different things into taking care of it and having ball.
He's got it for a Panther touchdown. Stephon Sullivan ready for the regular season with his second touchdown of the game. And the Panthers get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. The disparity in this game, it just seems to grow with each possession here, Charles. They are really struggling. Montgomery hit, and the ball is loose. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And now 3 drives, 3 fumbles.
What's amazing about it is when we go around and watch practices, how many times do we see them put that sleeve over a football now to make it more slippery and hard to handle? It's almost like they're playing with that sleeve on the ball right now. Was that 3 drives?
Yep.
3 fumbles?
3 fumbles.
It's time to change our luck some way, somehow. Focus, concentration. You'll hear those words on the bench in a big way right now.
And this is incomplete. Oh, that looked like a sure 6 points, but he could not get that to stick, and that is a golden opportunity wasted there. Steps away to his left. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Rolling to his left. And, oh, that's going to wind up incomplete. Nearly their first pick of the game, but it does bring up 4th down. Eddie Piñeiro on now. Right hash mark, a 42-yard attempt. The kick by Piñeiro is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So the fumble recovery had them set up in ideal field position, but they can muster only 3 points out of it.
Yeah, when you're able to force turnovers, especially when it results in field position like they had, you really want to make it hurt. Here, they take the field goal. That's definitely not what they were hoping for.
And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnover.
And he loses the football a second time. And it's picked up by the Panthers.
And he takes it into the end zone. It's a fumble recovery and a touchdown for the Panthers. Pinheiro now to add the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6.
And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. New England's offense set to go. It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. The turnover on the last drive, they had the issue in the first half as well. And that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't want to admit it to themselves. But we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
They'll run it here, and he lost the football, and it's picked up by the Panthers. There he goes left side. And he takes it into the end zone. It's a fumble recovery and a touchdown for the Panthers. Pinheiro now to add the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The Pats at the line ready to go. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted.
And oh my goodness, he loses it again. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And he takes it into the end zone. It's a fumble recovery and a touchdown for the Panthers. And maybe that's the perils of being a rookie running back in the NFL. I mean, look, it's not easy to hold on to the ball at any level with these talented guys. But in this league, you can learn a lesson early.
Without a doubt, and what a tough reminder for any running back, especially a rookie. The things you got away with in college probably won't work so well in the NFL.
So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score.
And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track? Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Panther touchdown. Well, I mean, you get it. They're trying to make something happen here in this third quarter, CD, but I don't think a pick 6 is exactly what they had in mind.
No, not at all, because this offense, they've been stuck all game long. Haven't dented the scoreboard yet, and they're kind of forced to take a few chances here, and that one, it backfired in a big way.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away.
And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. Zappe and the Patriots come up here 1st and 10
at their 25-yard line. They'll try to get something going with Ty Montgomery. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
124 yards rushing for him now to this point.
A good gain on first. Has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, so it was looking good, but nothing there, and now it's 3rd down and inches. On 3rd down, they go Montgomery. Oh, Montgomery just unable to twist free as they hit him short of the line to gain. Before they can get the punt away, whistles as we've come to the end of the 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more preseason football on EA Sports. And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. To return is Roberts. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. Historically, this is such a tough, loud venue, but you can hear a pin drop right now. A lot of fans long gone, not used to seeing a lopsided. He's got a man, complete. Touchdown. Stephon Sullivan. 75 yards. And the Panthers add another 6 points to what's going to be a blowout victory. Boy, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. It's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up this secondary. A clinic on how to attack the defense and take them out of the game.
Piñeiro's extra point up and good.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
And now out come the Patriots.
Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses have put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Zappy. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
And the throw there going to be incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Taken in at the 11. It's a 49-yard punt, but subtract 9 there for the return. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive.
Off the play fake, Walker.
Now he's going to let it go deep left side.
And oh, that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground, incomplete. And they go play action. Here's Walker.
Steps away. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Panthers.
Stephon Sullivan.
79 yards.
And the Panthers extend their lead yet again. When coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back through the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away.
And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The Pats at the line, ready to go. Well, I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the fourth quarter. They're just trying to erase.
Oh, it's out. Smith lost it. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And this one will be brought back to the 22.
As they say, this game hasn't exactly been one for the books. I mean, we're into the fourth quarter here, and now this happens, another turnover. Not one that they're going to hold up and say, yeah, this has been a banner day.
Absolutely. And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. Stephon Sullivan, a 22-yard touchdown grab.
And the Panthers take the forced fumble and convert it into 6 points.
They'll look to throw. And this is going to be caught. So add 2 more to the lead as they continue to pour it on here in the fourth.
I guess when you're hot, you're hot. I mean, I would just go ahead and take the extra point and move on. But apparently they've got something to prove. Almost feels like something was said this week, and they wanted to make sure that they laid it on them in this game.
And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points. You feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
1st and 10, Zappe.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this drive will start on the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line.
Well, partner, I think it's safe to say they can mark this down as extremely frustrating. Here we are in the fourth quarter, and that last play, that turnover, I think it epitomizes what happened to them all day on offense.
So symbolic, and that's why they're still being shut out. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20.
So from the 17, here's 2nd and 7. And now it's a bootleg with Walker.
He's got it for a Panther touchdown.
Stephon Sullivan
from 17 yards out.
And the Panthers are able to capitalize on the forced fumble by turning it into 6 points.
They'll try and throw for it. And this is going to be caught. So add 2 more to the lead as they continue to pour it on here in the fourth.
I think this is just going to be a function of the time we live in now. Very similar to the bat flip in baseball. And I take the extra point. One thing to keep in mind, though, karma's still out there, and sometimes it has a way of catching up with you.
And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. Zappe and the Patriots come up here 1st and 10.
At their own 25-yard line.
Zappe looking to throw it on 1st down.
Over the middle, and it's incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something.
Strong loses it on the hit.
And it's picked up by the Panthers. And he's got room. Breaks through the contact. And he takes it into the end zone. It's a fumble recovery and a touchdown for the Panthers. And maybe that's the perils of being a rookie running back in the NFL. I mean, look, it's not easy to hold on to the ball at any level with these talented guys. But in this league, you can learn a lesson early.
Without a doubt, and what a tough reminder for any running back, especially a rookie. The things you got away with in college probably won't work so well in the NFL.
And this is going to be caught. So add 2 more to the lead as they continue to pour it on here in the fourth.
Personally, I'd rather see him kick the extra point there than to go for 2, but it almost feels like there's a story within the story here. I mean, this isn't college. You know, size of victory, that matters in those games. Here, all you have to do is win by 1 point. That's all that you need. Instead, they go for it, get 2. You got some pretty ticked off folks on the other sideline now.
Now the Patriots gearing up to go now.
At this point, partner, things looking pretty bleak. They still haven't scored here in the fourth quarter, facing the big deficit. What silver linings, what can they look to do here offensively?
You know, it's funny, I talked about this with a coach in the offseason and kind of had this scenario, like what feels good to you and what feels good to your team. You're down big. You really have like one possession left, and you're trying to put points on the board that don't matter. But do they? And he told me they actually do matter. And in this situation, he's going to try and run the best offense he can run to have at least a little bit of confidence to take away from that game. So right now, they're going to try their best to get something up on the board and not get shut out.
This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's third down. Another pass attempt, another incompletion, and they're just a little over 100 yards passing here in this game, so defensively, pretty good job.
Definitely, because they were never really able to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, so a lot of credit to the defensive game plan, and especially the execution.
Oh, Zappi has it knocked down. Oh, it springs free. Montgomery loses it, and his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
Okay, this isn't one where you want to take the game tape and hold it up as an example, do you? I mean, you talk about frustrating all the way through. And that last error, I think that crystallizes it, doesn't it?
Absolutely. And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. Stephon Sullivan, 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Panthers take the forced fumble and convert it into 6 points. And this is going to be caught. So add 2 more to the lead as they continue to pour it on here in the fourth. He hits the big target for the 2-point try. Defenses hate those guys, especially around the goal line.
It's hard to decide who you're going to put on him. Are you going to put a smaller corner on him? Are you going to put a safety who doesn't have maybe the same coverage skills? How about a linebacker? He may have the size, but he's not used to really covering in space. That's why the tight end gives you such a great advantage when you're throwing the football.
Zappi and the Patriots come up here, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Zappi now on 1st and 10. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete. Following the incomplete pass, here they go again, 2nd and 10 from the 25. Zappi back to throw. This one swung outside to Strong. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this fourth quarter. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Zappi on 3rd down. Complete. Smith has it. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Zappi looking to throw it again. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. On 1st down, here's Zappi. Got a man, it's Tyquan Thornton. And he'll be out of bounds after his short pickup as that's going to take us to the 2-minute warning.
Come on, let's go. Mike, 55.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Zappi. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Corey Littleton. And the Panthers are going to take possession of the football. Well, this game was already decided, Charles, let's be honest. But now another feather in the cap of this defense as they pick him off for the 2nd time.
You're right about that. Things have been going pretty well for them, to put it mildly. But they're still out there hunting for big plays and get another one right there.
And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. That one goes for 24 yards.
Let's go now. 70 Timberwolves.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. Even though they've got this big, and now it appears that the referee's been buzzed, and we'll get a review. And this being inside 2 minutes of play, everything coming from up above. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How is the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right.
And this is going to be caught. So add 2 more to the lead as they continue to pour it on here in the 4th. And around the goal line, especially on 2-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is that big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds. So really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42.
Zappe to throw on 1st down.
Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Zappe in trouble, and he's going down.
Henry Anderson bringing the pressure yet again. That's his 3rd sack here tonight.
A tough spot here after that sack. Zappe and the Pats now face a 3rd and long.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
We always hear a lot of veterans on the defensive side of the football. They talk about smelling blood in the water, putting pressure on a rookie. They got to him there to force it free, but couldn't recover.
And you mentioned the pressure. Rookie quarterback, you're going to bring more pressure at him at all times because you don't know how he's going to hold up. He was fortunate there. Luck was on his side, able to recover that fumble.
Let's go. Liking 18. Right now, let's go. Ready, go.
Play action now. Walker
On the move to his left.
He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had it and dropped it. That is an unforced error there, and it takes away what could have been a touchdown.
Now he'll throw deep left side. And this is caught inside the 5. A big play there for Carolina.
And even 40 yards.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles.
For the winning team here, Charles, that's about as big and clean of a win as you could hope for in the National Football League. No turnovers. Meanwhile, you forced turnovers. You didn't allow any points, and you put up a bunch of points. What an effort.
And, Brandon, I just have to ask you, that's all the stuff that we saw happen today. Those are statistics, numbers, the whole deal. But my question is, how does one team come ready to play and the other one, obviously, not ready at all?
Well, I mean, I obviously don't have an answer to that, but that was the story from the get-go. One side was awake and ready, and the other just seemed to sleep.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. From Foxborough, good night, everybody.
Lights came, prime time action. Run it up, touchdown, I'm snapping. In the field with the plays, John Madden.